Raila issued a statement today, and I believe the statement is going to form the basis of this discussion in this episode. I would like us to discuss on the merits and demerits of the statement, and more so, have a look at where the reins started beating the Right Honorable Raila Amolo Odinga in his bid to occupy the highest office of the land. The statement read, and I quote, "The international monopoly capital is not comfortable when you are talking about making Kenya a manufacturing hub to supply Eastern and Central African region. Those people are not happy with you when you are talking about beneficiation and value addition to local raw materials that are going to compete against the international monopoly capital." End of quote. Before we dissect into Raila Odinga's statement, if you're watching me for the very first time, kindly please consider hitting on the subscribe button. If you've been watching my videos and you've not subscribed, kindly please consider clicking on the subscribe button. And more so, if you're watching me from a different platform, either TikTok, Telegram, or Facebook, kindly please just head on to YouTube, search for Mohamed Isudi. I'll be the first right person to pop up. If matters, social, political, and economic matters are your great areas of concerns, kindly please consider hitting on the subscribe button so that each and every time that I upload a new video, it will automatically reflect on your notification panel. And by so doing, you'll simply be supporting my content. If I'm to start on the merit side of this statement, then I believe Raila Amolo Odinga's statement is absolutely correct, because the US as a nation has a history of playing paradoxing politics, simply because this is that one nation that will advise another nation to desist from war, but again they will backwardly fund and facilitate the rebels with firearms. We all know what happened to Muammar Gaddafi in Libya. I believe the ideology he had of Africa's unification into multiple states but under one head of state, that is really what made him being killed. Any idea that is to compete against the international monopoly, I believe the whites have been doing all they can to bring it down. And several African heads of state that had the political goodwill and ambitions to change the entire Africa were brought down. Look at Thomas Sankara of Burkina Faso, and look at people like Muammar Gaddafi, just to mention but a few. From those simple statements, then I believe Raila Odinga's statement could be absolutely true. On the demerits part of his statement, then I find it very awkward for the Right Honorable Raila Amolo Odinga to issue such a statement, simply because it tends to make me believe that up to this juncture, he's not yet found out where the reins started beating him, simply because he's been shifting goalposts right from the IEBC to the Supreme Court, to the judiciary, and now to the international community. His close confidants like Babu Owino have squarely been laying the blame on former President Uhuru. And I find some sense in that, simply because I believe the state never misses its target. And if it misses, then it is by design. And in fact, this was more than a sure bet, to an extent that Raila Amolo Odinga went to an extent that he planned his next cabinet.
Honorable Peter Munya, as Cabinet Secretary for Agriculture and Chairman of the Kenya Productive Sector. I repeat, Cabinet Secretary for Agriculture and Chairman of Kenya Productive Sector. And Honorable Ali Hassan Joho as Cabinet Secretary for Lands to deal with the historical land injustices in the Coast region.
Many people deployed their resources for the sake of his candidature. Look at the Mount Kenya Foundation, look at SK Macharia giving him 100% airtime for his campaigns. Many leaders have come out clearly to prove that it was indeed a long con. One of them being Babu Owino. Maina Commander also did the same. The man Njoroge too.
President Uhuru, one time he said while in one of the meetings at Sagana Lodge that he never promised Raila to back him during the elections period. You heard what Maina Commander said. Uhuru could not pick phones. It is true because he could not pick our calls. Uhuru was not in good terms with the people who were fighting Ruto.
That's a revelation.
Yeah.
So you think that a Raila government would have been friendly to the ICC?
Of course, because they would have been more friendly to ICC than Ruto. Because Ruto is already at the matter was taken to the ICC. So how can he be friendly to ICC? His government can never be friendly to ICC. Never.
The worst part of it is that Raila and his team never had a tallying center of their own. That is why up to date, they've never come out with a substantive figure that this is what we are getting from our tallying center, of which it could be contrary to the IEBC figure. Furthermore, Raila Odinga pocketed the wrong people, the 4 opaque commissioners to whom the ideal mandate of announcing the presidential results were not under their jurisdiction, while William Ruto pocketed only one, the IEBC commissioner, to an extent that during his campaigns he will go out soberly saying,
mkiniona hivi mimi nakaa mtu ya kuibiwa kura mimi. Yani tuambiane tu kweli. Yani mimi nakaa mtu ya kuibiwa kura. Hiyo ni ndoto ya mchana bwana. Hiyo haiwezekani.
This man was really overconfident during the campaigns. And if Raila was brave enough, he would have questioned his overconfidentiality during the campaigns before even the D-Day of the elections. But that is a story of the past. Let me just leave it at that. As I end this, kindly please, if you've not subscribed, kindly please consider hitting on the subscribe button. Advice of the day: in life, no one will love you more than your mother does. And more so, no one will treat you best more than you will treat yourself. Thank you, and may God bless you.